So, good evening guys, and welcome to OTL Round 11 Hungary. I'm joined, as always, by Jensen. Are you here, Jensen?
Yes, hello.
So, we are set for what should be a good race this evening. We will start our Monday nights, as we always do, with a quick hot lap of the circuit. Ready up, Mr. Jensen?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Now.
So, while session loads up, a quick recap of last week. Abu Dhabi was quite an exciting race, Jensen. It was a very fun race to watch.
Quite a lot of action in that. Saw quite a good few results for a lot of guys. Adam, of course, getting another podium, but the most important thing I reckon it'll be for Glock still that he's got another win on the board. And
yes,
no one has stopped him.
Too many on the trot. When will he be stopped? Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we have Bothman stepping in this evening as a reserve. Maybe, just maybe, we could see somebody take the fight to him a little. So that's one to watch. Good evening, Pepper. Hello, Pedro, you big girl. SPW evening. Ryan C getting some egg on in the chat as well. So let's load up a setup. So, a track where downforce is key. It's a track as well, I would say, Jensen, that when it bites hard. Usually have quite big incidents at Hungary. Nothing is usually small and delicate. So let me just adjust audio, because I'm too loud.
Considering all the tracks, this is probably this track is where the curves are the most unforgiving. Like, you're either gonna spin the car, you're gonna unsettle the car every time you take to the curves. So it's a big risk if you go for them, but it can also be a huge time game. But yeah, of course, it's gonna be interesting to go flat.
Yes, this corner here I'm just passing through as well. You touch that inside curb is certain death, or a very bad outcome to your race, for sure.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most dangerous corners on F1. I'd say turn 5. That inside curb is no way you're ever going to get out of that. Even with the amount of obviously what you put in, you're not going to get out of that. Crazy that. But
So I will go quiet as we try and hook together some form of lap.
Chris, we go for a lap, and not the greatest of exits, but the final corner is quite a weird one of the line, but coming into turn 1, you brake about 75 metres, gets braking just about right, you don't want to take too much curb, a bit unsettled out of the turn 1, but I only think he's lost a few tenths there. Turn 2, don't get too close, don't get too wide, kept that very nice. Through turn 3, take a tiny bit of curb. Turn 4, tiny lift, takes that very nicely, not too much in the track limits. Turn 5, get as close without taking that killer curb, and into the chicane, a very weird chicane there. A massive risk taker if you go for that. And this section of track is beautiful. You go through 9, 10, almost flat there. Bit of a lift and comes to the final sector, brake on the curve as comes through into this little sequence of long hairpins. Into the final corner, you want to be as close as possible really, don't go wide. He gets a lap around Hungary, and it's a 14-1, which is a very decent time.
So, one hot lap of Hungary. Let me just quickly get into the lobby now. So, let's have a quick go through. We have some points that we can have a run through to see how the championship is standing before we get going. So, we have Glock in P1, no surprise, on 248 points. He now holds a 65 point gap to Nelly in P2 and 183, who's 10 points ahead of Sophie in Nelly P2, sorry, Sophie P3, 10 points behind Nelly on 173, Surge P4 on 121, then Green Meerkat 5 on 120, Officer Doofy P6 111, Special Energy P7 on 109, Mad G P8 93, Ryan Cup P9 on 90, Matoman P10 on 78, Gingerbush P11 on 77, Lee Nell P12 on 74, Jelly P13 on 72, Mitch P14 on 45, Yusuf P15 on 45, Pepper P16 on 43, C Parsley P17 on 25, and SPW Gaming P18 on 25. And the Constructors title, Haas has 8 wins, all courtesy of Le Glock. So they have almost or just under 100 point lead, 355 to Alfa Romeo in P2 and 256. Ferrari close to Alfa Romeo in P3 on 231. Then Red Bull on P4 and 228. They're the only other team this season with a victory under the belt. Then we have McLaren in P5 and 214. Mercedes in Racing Point in P6 and 7, both in 204. Williams P8 on 173, Renault P9 on 147, and Alpha Tauri Honda in P10 on 106. So, going through all that, let's get back onto the chat. Chris, what is that helmet design? I don't understand. I don't actually know what helmet I have on my... I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked. Jensen, did you see my helmet design? Was it bad?
I never really took notice of the helmet design. I was just focusing on the lap, to be honest.
Yeah.
Any fun facts this racing night, Chris?
I don't know anything interesting about Hungary, unfortunately. Jenson Button's first win, I know that. That's something I'll never forget. Jenson Button took his first ever win in Formula 1 for Honda here. I think Honda's first ever victory. Well, as a manufacturer, I think as well.
Yeah. It's where Michael Schumacher broke the record for the earliest championship victory.
Oh, yep, that's a really big one actually.
Yeah, until it was broken again the next season after that.
Nelly says he loves the circuit, chucking it around. Yes, it's a very go-kart-esque circuit, I would agree. It is good fun. But when the tyres start to wear, if you get any form of over temperature in your tyres, the circuit no longer becomes fun and more of a handful, I would say. And a handful is an understatement.
Qualifying is going to be interesting because you got a two-stop strategy and a one-stop strategy.
And they both work.
Two-stop for track position and one-stop. Oh, actually no. Two-stop is not for track position. One-stop is, but actually no. I'd say both of them are.
I would say the two-stop strategy is a strategy that's probably going to put you on pole. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I'd say the two-stop strategy is going to have early track position, but the one-stop strategy is going to be late race track position.
And hopefully we see a nice split of said strategies, Jensen. That would be nice.
Yeah. Mike, you could shut up. And it's raining. Oh god. That's very surprising.
Oh.
It's intermediate conditions, so it's
Budapest
not
is made up of two historic cities combined. There you go, Glock gave us a fact. So Budapest is made up of two different cities, two historical cities. Yes, rain. Nelly.
Oh,
yes, Glock P1 done. Yes. I mean, Glock is like consistently
Yeah.
top 30 in the world across every circuit, I would say.
I would not consider that a boastman. He is
Oh,
a
yes.
dominant force in the rain, as you've seen in the past. So, I mean, you gotta consider quite a few of these guys. But
So guys that are tuned in, please smash the like button. And if you haven't already, please sub to the channel. We're trying to get the channel to 100 subs before Christmas, or the new year at least. So please hit the like button and
yeah,
sub
we're
to
not
the
far
channel.
away. Only 7 subs, I think.
So,
Viewer base has been increasing every stream as the last few weeks, so thank you guys.
so I think Glock said he went 6th in the world tier today, just this afternoon.
Oh god, that's...
So I think we should just bin him. I think we should just put Glock in the bin.
And Glock just make it a bit interesting for us, like...
Interesting is an understatement. Get this guy signed to esports. Subbed. I agree. Get him subbed.
No, I think he said he's subbed to the channel.
Oh, subbed. Oh, thank you, Simon.
Yes,
We appreciate. Thank you very much.
And I think what you thought he was on about it as well. But yeah.
So I'm on board with Pepper. I think our lead guy, our lead man.
Yep.
Bear with me 1 second, Jensen. I will be back.
Yeah, purple set to 1, of course, is the first set to 1 of this session, and a lot of guys putting in the purple set to 1s here. It's going to be very interesting, for sure. So, coming into the final set here, that's a very tricky turn there. That left-hander is very easy to lose the back end of 2-4 in set to 2. I think it's going to be a decent intermediate time, maybe into the 129s or below. I don't know exactly what the good times are like on Intis at Hungary, but we see, start with Pepper, it looks like it's going to be a decent lap time as well. I think it's going to be a 28. It's going to be a 28.0 to start off qualifying, a decent time from him. There's Mataman, a 27.8. SPW 29.0. I think that's now in the background. Oh, I got that. They're all coming across the line here. Officer Doofy beats that Mad G 28.4. Puts his car up there. Ryan cut a 27.7.
So I have returned. So lap times on the board so far. This is good to see. Everyone wants me out, Glock. Yeah. So you're some friendly competition.
And Postman at 26.0.
So the two guys we thought starting to show pace. 1.3 second gap now to Invinelli. So the question is, Jensen, wet qualifying seems to be one or two ways. You either have a track that comes to you, or the rain just gets worse and worse and worse, and you have kind of one attempt early in the session to get a good time on the board and it doesn't come. And I think that's just a Pedro getting not getting out of the way.
I think it was just Mataman might have had a off, or he was getting out of the way. Glock started his lap to see what flank he puts in, and I think Mataman was getting out of the way of people. But
So it's Bossman from Nelly, Ryan Cup P3, Pepper just jumps into P3, Matoman P5, Sophie 6, Jelly 7, Surge 8, Magi 9, Special Energy 10. The grid split by a few seconds, but I think that'll be more to drivers just coming out in the first run and finding their feet in the weather.
yeah, and think that was an improvement by SPW. He's gone up to a 27.3.
I think Pedro coming through the second to last corner as well. I think he's about to find time in his lap, so we'll see if he can get himself up the leaderboard a little. Usually finds good lap times in the rain, Pedro. And he does, gets himself up to P7, 27.8.
Oh, is he spin? And I think Pepper is victim of turn 5.
See the other Mercedes boys all lean now, snatched the lock up a little there and it's pulled him wide.
And SPW as well. SPW lost it out of turn 5 as well.
A lot of traffic in the back end of sector 2 there for Officer, the start of sector 2 for Officer Doofy. Oh, so Glock with the 10.5 advantage to Bosman, as Jensen says.
This is going to be very close. I only see these two being the only contenders for here, unless it does get higher. You never know, Nelly could put something in, and some of the guys down the grid, like Green Meerkat, could do. He's 8 taps on sector 1,
so it's hard to actually keep up. I think we've just got a lot of drivers going out with some fuel in the car and finding lap time as they go, so well, we'll see. Officer Doofy, I think, about to improve. He doesn't, he actually goes 410 slower. Jump to Bosman.
Got up there, he's with deep. That might cost him time, or it could have. Yeah, that's it. There goes Bosman.
So he has punched that car to the line. He does a 25.497, 29.5 as good as, and takes a 3/10 advantage off Glock, but Glock is well down in his lap, so I don't think he's pushing. Yeah, very good lap by Bosman, mate, you're absolutely spot on there. And advantage Bosman in the session so far.
Yeah.
We've seen Nelly's, he comes down sector 1. Is he trying to find time in this lap?
Officer Doofy coming through his lap as well. Is he going to be improving up into sector 2? And he's 4 temps up. He could be improving.
So I'd take him inside that kind of top 12 mark. If he can find some extra time through the last sector as well, another couple of tenths, he can get himself right on side. Yeah. There's some big gains to be made in the mid pack here. If you can just find a tenth over all top 3 on pad, that's a good point. Top 4 on pad. Top 5.
And
Adam goes P9. 27.7, but look, there's a cluster of drivers there, 25.5 all the way to 25.9, so 4 tenths separating about 8 drivers.
And nearly a tenth up again, so he's gaining more time as the session goes along. As he's losing more fuel, he's getting quicker. I think they would come out day on with a
and he does improve, 26.8. Still a second off the pace.
Jelly might get within.
Can he jump Nelly? Not quite. 27 flat.
Lost time in the final sector to his PB. SPW out lap. Before safety on a flying lap. A few guys on their second set. Tyres.
So Surge is pretty much even sector 1 split, but I think your time is lost mostly in sector 2 and 3 in this kind of weather. I think you can still attack sector 1 pretty aggressively even in the inters. So I think we'll see most of the guys dropping their lap time in the tail end of their laps, to be honest.
Specialty, I think he might have disconnected.
I think he did DC, but I think, was that him rejoining? So Surge is a couple of tenths up. He's looking to get himself, again, if he can find a tenth extra, or 2 tenths extra, he goes way inside that top 8, so I think the top 8's where we would expect Surge it to be as well. It's definitely within Surge's pace, so let's see where he goes. And he only gains a tenth in the end through the last sector.
Yeah, lost a lot of time in the final sector. Is
And where is Glock? Oh, he's coming into the pits, so he is... Oh, Glock did improve actually, so Glock's now within half a tenth of Bossman. I missed that. But Bossman still takes the advantage into what I think will probably be the last runs of the session. You've went very quiet, Jensen. I don't know exactly what's happened there. Oh, and Jelly's just invalidated his lap, but the flick left. Glock didn't put hot lap on till turn 2. The man is human. He forgot something.
oh wait.
Sector 2.
Incorrect.
And he does.
27.6.
Jensen, you have went very quiet, young man.
What? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, that's better.
Hello?
I think maybe your mouthpiece went a little far from your mouth, possibly. I don't know. It sounded like you were standing at the back of a big tunnel.
I think I need a new headset to be honest.
Yes. Officer Two-Face splitting kind of even sector 2, so... Oh, we've got a spinner in the last sector. Is prepared. He's spun the Haas car round.
Oh, I so wish that was Glock. And Officer Doofy in the pits.
I think Mad G improved there. Mad G gets himself inside the top 10 in a 27.4. Pedro is a bot. That's true story, Lennon. True story.
So Jelly's still improving on those tyres. It's crazy.
So there's another 10th up.
He could jump up to 3rd if he gets this final sector right. No, looks like no one's challenging the top 2 guys.
Oh, he's went a little way there. Yeah, and he's backed out at Jelly's backed out. But I think Jelly has a lot of time in the tank. With some fuel out the car and a fresh set of boots. He's probably... Oh, no, it's Mad G. Oh, Matoman has dropped the car. Matoman is out the session.
Oh. Can you see what happens there?
I'm not sure. I think he's dropped it out of turn 4.
Oh, I can see his car's in the wall on the left hand side. I think he might have dropped it on the curve, exit curve out of turn 3. So, that's unfortunate for Matoman.
Oh yeah, 3. Yes, turn 3. Do apologise.
Everyone else has their
Doctor Special Energy, can he improve and get himself up the grid a little? He does, goes to P11 on a 27.6.
Glock is half a temp up in sector 1, sector 2.
And he's 3 and...
He's flying. At the moment, he could dip in the 24s here. Boatman just starting his flying lap. But here comes Glock. Can he take it back for Haas in the final corner? It looks like he is at the moment. It's going to be a 25-1.
So is Bossman up? I am unsure.
2 temps down. Not what he wants there. I think he's got to back out of it, surely. No, he's still going for it though. He still sees something here. He wants to stop this dominance by Glock here. And Purple Touch doing his yellow flag. I think that's just McLaren and the guys through.
Oh, and he picks up an invalidation. Does Bossman through the third to last corner, so that's his lap over.
I think he's going to have to back off. And he's in the pits. He's taking a big risk with the time.
And Dr.
There's only 2
Special
minutes and
Energy's
30
well up
seconds
again.
left.
I think he's going to improve. He does, gets himself up to P7 on a 27.2. Second lap
Stacking up some
around.
great times now. Dr. Special Energy putting in some great performances. We haven't really noticed him that much this season.
And Green Meerkat goes up to
pulling off
27.5, and he also has a lawnmower glitch that is absolutely horrendous.
And is Boastman gonna get in for a new set of tyres in time?
Good question. Lennon, sub to the channel. Please like the video. You know you want to. We appreciate it muchly. Chasing down 100 subs for the new year. Good evening, joinees. Welcome to OTL round 11 Hungary. Glock, we one of the smallest qualifying margins we've probably seen in about 5 races.
Oh, Boastman's just came out. Glock's in the pits, sees his qualifying done. Boastman, he's got 1 minute and 25 seconds. No, 1 minute and 20 seconds now, he's at turn 1. I think he should.
And he's going to have
make
traffic
it.
as well, so he's going to have to push. Oh,
Just
Glock
make it, I
says
think.
rookie mistake, not enough fuel for the extra run. So he
no.
knows as well, Glock knows as well that this pole chance could be in jeopardy now. As I don't think Nelly's going to push much now behind Bossman, as he has invalidated his lap. So Bossman can take it to him here. If Sophie can find a few tenths on her lap as well, she can jump Nelly. And she's a 10th up sector 1.
What's Boastman gonna do? Yeah, he is. He's got 30 seconds left almost as he comes through the final sector, so he should be fine. Really should be fine, but he only has one chance of doing it.
Yeah, needs a nice clean lap.
He's a good qualifier though, so.
Closest it's been for a while, for sure.
And it's in the rain as well, specialty, if you would call it. But, anyways, we'll start his lap and let's see what he could do.
Santo Reka, good evening. Yes, long time no see, sir. Welcome
Oh wow!
to what is HOR's new partner league. So Sophie does not get the jump in Vinelli, unfortunately, but Jelly Hayes did get himself
And also Doofy goes up to
up
P5
at the P3.
as well.
Doofy goes P5,
Splits
so
the two.
the times are coming. Sorry, Jensen, I've missed in there as I was looking at chat. So let's see, Dr. Spanish Energy doesn't improve. Mercan Pepper get himself up the grid. He does not.
Oh no, Boastman is invalidated and he is out qualifying.
Ryan Cut is a 10th up. He's 3 tenths up in the last sector, so Ryan Cut could be challenging to get himself up near the front row.
So it looks like Glock will take his 9th pole in a row as Boastman is invalid.
Glock says
He's still
thank
going
God.
around.
So Ryan Cut here is our man that could put a challenge up higher in that grid. Oh, and he's just run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel
no.
through the last corner.
That is really, really bad luck for him.
Is Pedro improving? No, I think Pedro's got damage, so he's
Pedro
going to
in the
start P14. And I was going to say on free
Boastman
tyre
invalid.
choice, but every driver has free tyre choice, so that is our qualifying. Glock
So
P1.
Boastman, he wouldn't have got pole anyway, he got 25-2. Glock, 9th pole in a row for him. He hasn't been stopped there in qualifying, but he's got the race to go.
Good evening,
we have to
all.
wait and see what it's going to be like.
Thank you for joining us this fine evening. It's nice to see you all join us.
Yeah, some old people, some new people.
Strat call's a tough one for this now. Personally, I'd be probably bolting on a set of hards early and just trying to stretch my first stint, stay out of trouble. But you could take a risk and start on the softs, and do you end up? Do you get an early safety car and that gives you the pit stop to recover starting on the soft? It's a tough choice.
I don't know. I feel they're all gonna go for this. It's quite an obvious choice, really, unless someone does go first. So should be quite interesting.
Yes, so 5 minute break as always. Going to stay with the channel's pretty busy this evening, so I am going to endeavour not to leave it, but we'll try and keep the chat going as much as possible. Guys, if you haven't already, please like the video. If you haven't, please sub to the channel. HOR F1 PS4 is live with OTL on Mondays and HOR on Fridays and Saturdays, so it's a high content channel. The content is good, the races are exciting. You can always flick back through the channel and watch some previous races as well.
We're 14 viewers at the moment. Thank you guys. All are watching. All that have watched.
Yes, we were at 19 or something a second ago.
It's crazy.
It's good to see. Thank you. We appreciate it muchly. So, a small prediction, Jensen. So, I was thinking about the Glock Bossman dynamic, and Glock usually runs away, but we know ourselves, two drivers fighting is two drivers not going at maximum pace. So, could we see them two end up in a fight, and that keeps the pack connected in some way?
I want to see everyone in this. I don't want to see the one guy running away, or even just two. I want to see all of them close.
Yes, or at least
it might be.
I want to see the mid-pack, because Hungary has the dynamic. I want to see the mid-pack stay close enough that when the guys at the front go for a pit stop, they don't have any clean air.
So, we, I think, being 1 minute into the waiting for the race start. At the moment, everyone thinks sticking with mediums. Maggi, at the moment, has opted hard strategy, but I think we have 4 minutes left until you see the final picks. Pedro's just opted for the hards as well, just now.
So, the one stop, I think, shouts to a driver that's good on tyre preservation.
Block's just on the softs there. I think he might be tuning in and baiting some drivers out here. So I'm not going to say anything more. I'm going to leave it to the drivers to check and be with the tyres come the race start.
So I think track position is a good thing here. The guys up the front, if they can maybe afford to take a punt on something a bit different, because obviously they can do what you're doing there, they can have a look to see what the other guys are choosing to go on. Obviously you maybe see some drivers bait a little and try manipulate a guy to have a look and see what tyres he's going on, and just before the session's about to start they'll nip off that tyre and jump on another, which is, I'm all for a bit of mental fair game. I don't think oh, Nelly's just lagged out the session.
Oh, I'll quickly get an invite back to him. You should have some spare invites, just make sure.
So hopefully you can get back in.
Hopefully the lobby done the glitch.
But I think it may have took his car out the list. I hope not.
Is it? No, it hasn't.
Oh, that's
His
good.
car's still on the list. Okay. So it's been 3.5 minutes. I'll just say 4 minutes at the moment. It's looking quite spicy, the tyre choices.
Do we have a nice mix?
We've got quite a mix at the moment. 2 guys on the softs.
Let's
5
let
guys
our
on the
viewers
hards,
see.
mediums.
So there's a quick view for our viewers of what the guys are sitting on the grid with at the moment.
That can still change though, I think.
Yes.
Only 1 minute to go.
So Glock and Bossman. Soft and medium, that is very interesting. Duffy in there, the only guy in the top 10 going for that deep strat. That could, if it's a clean early race and he gets, he holds track position, that strategy could really come into play. The guys outside the top 10 all opting for hards, bar are back to. They're hoping to maybe get some jumps in the early stages. Hard tyre is a hard tyre to switch on here, excuse the pun. It is a hard tyre to get working.
Yeah.
But once you get it working, it's got good longevity and you get good amounts of grip out the tyre. I feel the pace for a lap or a lap and a half is not quite as sharp as you'd like it to be.
I mean, it feels nice because, like, you don't get too much temperature at one time. Like, it's very hard. If it's hard to build up temperature, you're not going to be wearing the tyres out.
Exactly. And it looks as if it'll be quite cool at the track, some cloud cover. So obviously track not being warm, the hard tyre could end up being a really strong tyre for just longevity wise. Maybe not the quickest, but for how far it will take you in the race.
I think we should be getting going in the next few seconds.
I would think so. Just waiting for ticks. It will be Officer Duffy or Lee now. I watch the names eagerly.
Yeah, I'm watching the race director at the moment. There's been a few changes.
Nelly says thank you for the invitation, Jensen.
No problem. Try and keep as many contenders as we can in this race.
That's it. Like that.
Honestly,
so the tick is up. 30 seconds and we will go on a formation lap. So if you haven't already, guys, before we start racing, please like the video, sub to the channel if you haven't.
We're going to see some guys.
Plenty of content.
Seconds here.
And I think you want to definitely be sub to the channel because there is some epic races. Just go back, even if you're only free Monday nights, go back and look at the OTL headed races. There has been some crackers. If you're free on Friday and Saturdays, check out some of the HOR ones too because
there you go.
They've been perfect. So a one-stop strat starting on the medium to hards, and then a two-stop soft medium. Oh, so they changed.
Yeah.
So let's see. So a bit of baiting, you were absolutely spot on, Jensen. A bit of baiting going on between the drivers. So Officer Duffy opts for the deep strategy like the pacey guys up front. So he's opting to go with the strat on our pace setters. Could work. Now look at Sophie. She could be very, very dangerous the first two laps on the softer compounded tyre, Jensen. She could be a rocket.
Yeah, it's... Oh, and Nelly's left again. What's happening to Nelly? Yeah. Sorry, can I have one more invite? Yes. If you, Nelly, if you cannot take control of your car in the formation lap, I think you might have to wait until the race
just
starts.
after lights out, yeah.
Yeah. You have to be as quick as possible after lights out. Which is unfortunate for Nelly there. Yeah, solid quality on the inters.
Yeah, I would agree.
It'll be very big loss for him.
So I am on board. I'm hoping to see this go to a blocked car.
It's going to be a very big loss for Nelly if he loses out to Adam on the race start, because Adam's on the hard tyres and he's not really stuck behind him on his first stint.
That's a very good point.
And Adam's not going to be letting anyone...
So is it your race start, Jensen? I think it might be.
I think it's yours. I don't know whose it is. I think I did Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so I will get this one. Good luck, Nelly. He's all good. I think he's in the car. So, OTL, round 11, Hungary. We await the 5 red lights. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We're going Bubba Glock's lights out and away we go, and it seems a pretty even start from our front two. Jelly, if anything, I think has got a better start than Bossman off the line, so Bossman's going to be in trouble with Jelly on the medium compound tyre into turn 1. Jelly, I think, is going to get the jump round the outside off, so Doofy goes for a move on the outside, and Nelly not going to quite get the job done, and my bloody timing list has went absolutely bonkers, Jensen, so I am not quite sure exactly what the order of the grid is at the moment, with many cars side by side, and I can't fully work out exactly who is who and where as well, so I'll go on board with Officer Doofy as he is side by side with Nelly through turn 4, SPW hot on their heels. So it's Glock from Jelly, Bossman P3, Green Meerkat P4, Ryan Cut 5, Pepper 6, Surge 7, Sophie 8, Nelly 9, Officer Doofy P10, he's lost out massively, lap 1, SPW P11, Mataman 12, Lionel 13, Mad G 14, Pedro 15, Special Energy P16. So let's see.
Wing damage with Special Energy. He's got end plate damage, front left. Ryan Cut, Pepper and Surge will just flew through up to 3 places each. So quite a few guys lost start there. Nelly lost 5 positions, Sophie won 6 positions, and also Luke there on start. He's down at P11 at the moment, and he's now behind his teammate Glock.
And look at Jelly holding his own. He is absolutely in there, not really using any more overtake than the lead guys, making that medium tyre work well.
So Bossman, he's come back from that start, I think, pretty well. He just has to stick with this group. Glock's going to really hold to it, and if they both battle Jelly and Glock, this could be an open window for him. Everyone's down the grid. Adam and Mataman are in the fight. Mataman slides through.
So I think the guys in the hard tyres are struggling a little. It is going to take a lap or two for these to come in, but they've just got to...
Ryan Cut's made a position.
And some wheel banging there.
Tough situation. He's side by side with the Ferrari as well. He's going to lose 3 positions.
Surge's got to be careful as he makes a move there as he comes under attack from Sophie, and Sophie's getting Nelly over the back too. We'll stay on board with this. If Nelly can maybe slip a move down into the start of sector 3, he's going to come for it, he's going to pull to the inside, they'll flick to the other side, and I think that's job done. Sophie's going to hang on the outside though, she's committed to try and hold on the line in that soft tyre. I think, she's went a little deep now. No damage, lucky for Nelly there, but that's going to give SPW Gaming the run now to try and have a go at Nelly on the outside, not quite there this time, but SPW's get the better run out the last corner. He's coming, he pulls to the inside line, and I think it's going to be an easy overtake here. Nelly's going to drop back down again now. He's going to try and hang on the outside, he's got the better compounder tyre, but SPW shuts the door over, and that's him through now into P9.
Wow, that's quite a rough start for Nelly there, which is really unfortunate. He's on the medium tyres as well, he's going to try and make use of these. Now he's behind these hard runners. F1 Sophie doesn't make much use of the softs as well. Fucking P8, which is 1 position down from her grid spot.
So I think Jelly could start to be a cork in the bottle for Bossman, because Ryan Cut, Pepper, Green Meerkat, that small train of guys is slowly starting to pull back up. And it's, I think it's Doofy.
No, it's Doofy. He is. And off the Doofy. Have a lot. He's still got his wing intact, so I think he can carry on. He's a big lead. Right side. Glock hasn't got away from Jelly here. Postman is in DRS. Sticking right there. And these McLaren guys. And Pepper. And Surge. And F1 Sophie, and potentially SPW and Nelly, they're battling. I think they dropped out of DRS. Nelly trying to make a move, but no one really dropping back. It's at night here. But at the moment, it's quite an interesting battle ahead.
So I've not seen any big warnings or penalties. It's just as I say that Mataman picks up a 3-second time penalty. Sorry Mataman, I have utterly commentator's cursed you right there. I do apologise. So the train at the front is Glock. See, this is
Yeah.
interesting. I think Glock's maybe running at pace here because you would think that he would be using Jelly right now if he had more pace to get a gap to
no.
Boastman. But
Glock is really took the risk in 2 points first lap.
oh,
I want to get another one. Basically.
so is Boastman going to be close enough to Jelly this time round to make a move?
He's getting out first now. But say they might be struggling with touching on their hards by just pushing that hard. It's a lock up as well for Boastman. He's getting right close to Jelly. It's going to go a bit wide, but I don't think it's going to be quite a big opportunity. Up here in turn 4, but he's getting really close. Jelly goes
And
wide.
Jelly was wide, yeah.
Is this going to be out turn 5? No. And that, I think Jelly is now out of the RS range. Can he come back in this middle sector? He does. It's safe, it's very quick.
Still the train of Green Meerkat, Surge, Sophie. SPW is actually starting to close up in that, as is Matoman. Pedro and Magi scrapping it out at the back. So I think the hard guys struggled the first couple of laps, but I think the hard tyre is now in play. I think after 5 laps it's came up to grip, and just as I say that, Glock takes the fastest lap, so that would put my predictions probably about right. The hard tyre is now really starting to provide lap time. I wouldn't say there's much difference now between the hard or the medium compound.
Yeah,
As we see a scrap between Pepper and Green Meerkat. Don't know if Pepper got through there or Green Meerkat was trying to make a move and just went a little deep on the brakes. He's going to try and run it around the outside, but there's not going to be space there for him this time around. Green Meerkat, one of the only guys in the top 10 not to really lose or gain at the start either. Looking at the board there.
Oh, he did gain, but I think he got bogged down out of turn 5 when Ryan cut past him, and then Pepper was getting on the inside, I think around here. He came. And that's where you saw him be under threat by everyone there. Yeah, he's pushing to come back here.
So, Sophie on her softs. Jensen, how far do you think she's going to probably go? About lap 9, 10?
Definitely lap 8 plus. Might go onto a hard tyre for an early stop. Be interesting to see.
One thing we have seen in OTL is when people do 1 and 2 stops, they both seem to collide right near the last 15 laps. As I see Boastman and Jelly having a scrap now. Boastman's got the better drive down the outside. Jelly try to defend it on the switchback, but I think that's going to be job done this time. Jelly tucks in behind. So Boastman now into P2, 1.8 behind.
SPW Mataman, I think need a move. SPW is fighting back. Mataman on the outside, he's got so much more grip on his guys, but he's not going to get position back.
And there's Nelly coming for a switchback on Matoman now. Sorry to jump in there. And Envy Nelly's going to go through before turn 4.
Brilliant move. Brilliant.
Oh, and here's a big snap on the rear. Manages to just keep the car in check. Whoa, that was a big one.
He was very pushing there, but that was a great opportunistic move there by Nelly. Goes up P10. Trying to salvage this race. And oh, is that SPW in the wall? SPW's lost it out of the right-hander, and I think he's got damage. And no, he hasn't. He's got no damage, but I think he definitely hit the wall there. Yeah, big move.
And now Boastman does the fastest lap of the race, 1:18.3.
I think you already
I did.
yeah.
Oh, there's our first blipper of the evening. Sophie all over the back of Surge. Don't think close enough this time. Surge has got DRS as well, so it's a neutraliser really. Hard to get the job done.
It could work this undercut though. Stops hard. If that does happen, or would it be a 2-stop? who knows?
So the hard tyre guys, you think they're going for a one-stop? And if they're doing a one-stop, do you think they do the hard or the medium or the softer compound at the end?
I feel it's very hard to say because, I mean, they can hit for the mediums, but they can still get bogged down behind people because they could go even longer for the stop tyres.
Yeah, so let's see the gap to leader.
Yeah,
so even if how long is a pit stop here, Jensen?
It's not too long. I think.
But 17, 20. If Glock, if anybody had to pit now, with inside the top 5, they're lucky to get back out in circuit in front of P14. So we're still pretty compressed by lap 10, and this is what I was looking for. That if the leaders need to pit, will they get caught in traffic? And Glock has only just cleared Pedro. And just on the cusp of clearing Mad G, but he would still need to find 4 or 5 seconds to clear Lee Nell in P12.
Like I say, I'm not sure exactly what the fits.
Interesting stuff ahead.
Yellow flag. And it's pre-Maycat, he's lost it in turn 5, and turn 5 claims another victim, and just gets out of the way of Mad G and Pedro. As he rejoins the track, he's got major wing damage, and that means that just got his rear tyres are absolutely boiling.
Matoman and SPW, they seem to be two guys that like a good scrap in these races. Always seem to see them side by side. The gaps between Sophie, Surge, Pepper and Nelly seem to have just widened a little. I think they're all just outside each other's DRS.
Yeah, all of them are outside each other's DRS, which is crazy. Pepper's starting to get away quite a bit though. So I think he's found his confidence. Trying to stick with Ryan, he's trying to get the DRS on him. Surely.
Well, Pedro has a big ERS advantage to Mad G. I think he could be now using that to get himself up the circuit a little.
Yeah, look at Postman, he's closing that gap so much here. And he can afford to at the moment because I think he's just not too wanting to the last 2 laps. I think one warning out invalid that time, so popped up Pepper and actually. Pepper's got quite a few bad leads up, he's got 2. I think Ryan cut, and Jelly's got 1 at the moment, the top 2.
So, smallest gap is still SPW Mataman. Sophie pits off her softs, yeah. So what is she going for? I think it will be a medium. Yes, it's a medium.
She take the race ups.
I think maybe a 2-stop.
No, a 2-stop or some intense tyre saving. Who knows?
Can you see Pedro's really starting to use his ERS now and trying to put the move on Mad G?
Wow. This gap at the front is closed in big time. Postman was 1.1 before this chicane there, lost quite a bit through that chicane, but he's coming back in the final sector, if anything.
See, my boy says Ryan's not moved for the start, is to get his arse in gear. So I think he means go get Jelly. Mr. Ryan Cut. Go, go, go. Missed a couple of races, so it'll be a good way to announce his return. A man not shy of the podium as well, so be good to see him back there. Surge boxes off his medium. That's pretty early.
I think that's a response to Sophie, maybe.
just could be. Let's see where Sophie is in circuit and relative as she comes through the last corner. I think Sophie's not going to quite get the jump there. I think Sergio's going to come out just in front. It's going to be close.
I think Sophie might get him. Oh, it's going to be side by side, I think. Turn one. Sophie can try and go around the outside. No,
oh, a small squeeze. Yeah. I don't think that was deliberate. He did have a very twitchy car.
Oh, it's fresh smart tyres versus
fresh mediums.
Not mediums. It's not where Sophie wanted to be. I think Sophie wanted to get the gap enough to get out or be ahead of Serge after his pit, but I don't think she probably expected him this early. But this can trigger a lot.
Glock now with the fastest lap, 18 flat.
Yeah, Glock starting to pile on the pace here. Got 1.7 seconds. First man out now, 1.8. Really pulled it out that last lap. Postman, W a poor lap from him, or it's just a really mighty lap from Glock. Either way, Glock is going to sew in.
Pepper's really starting to get a shift on in his medium tyre. He's starting to come up to the back and challenge Ryan Cut. Oh, Postman gets a time penalty.
Postman gets a penalty before Glock as well. Glock hasn't been on the edge of track limits laps, 10 laps. After you got first 2 bodies, you really pleased to have and probably see that penalty. Don't have to push as hard. Postman.
On Pepper gets a 3-second time penalty there for straddling the white line. A very rough one there because we were on board and we've seen that, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
They've come in very early, those hard guys, and go for mediums as early as they can just to get the pace advantage and gap. But yeah, it could happen that they might not go with what the game insists them to do. They could go for something quite different.
Yes. So, watching the Pedro Maggi battle again. Pedro needs to get that overtake on. Go Pedro, come on! Overtake! Ah, he's just preserving. He's choosing not to at the moment. Surge is all the way, Officer Duffy all the way from his rough recovery. He was about 10 seconds off the back of the pack. He's now 4.6, so he is making all the right noises in the hard tyre. Can he get himself up and about that pack and when the round of stops come? Oh, you've went really quiet again, Mr. Jensen. Hello?
Hello?
You're very quiet. Oh, what have you done there was better?
I don't know why it's very quiet, but yeah, F1 Sophie I think has got ahead of Surge.
Oh yes, that's right.
Ahead if she doesn't hit again, which would be an ass of the tyres.
Yes, still 20 laps to go in the race, so yeah, that would be huge. Green Meerkat with a time penalty there for multiple warnings. Oh.
Now it's back to track position.
Oh, you've died out again, Jensen. Pull your headset in and out.
Hold on.
You keep fading out, it's strange. Per now in DRS range of Ryan Cut. That is much better.
Good?
Yes.
Okay. Lovely.
Beautiful.
Okay, so.
So as I was saying, yes, Pepper is right up on Ryan Cut. I think he's in DRS range for the first lap. Ryan Cut gets another penalty. SPW still half a second behind Matoman, and Pedro still trying to get a move made on Mad G.
By 16 laps. That's trying to get as close as possible. Surge picking up a 3-second penalty. And Nelly in the pits onto looks like hard tyres. Going for that one stop, keeping to it. Looks like going for game strategy here. That's 60.
So 2 boxers, we've got Nelly and Lionel in the pits. Nelly out on the hards and Lionel out on the hards.
Yes, Lionel's name. Away from Nelly. Lionel comes up. Just there.
Oh, and SPW Matoman, yeah, the SPW is through. Interesting. Matoman probably just at the end of his tyre life now, I would think, yeah.
Yeah, those tyres are starting to give in a bit. SPW's still got a good... If he was going to push as long as he can, another 10 laps. But I'd see him hitting not far in Jelly into the pits.
And look, now Mad G has a train of Pedro, Sophie, Surge. Nelly's going to join that fight as well.
Jelly needs to get out ahead of these guys. He might have lost a bit of time waiting for Pepper to go through. This is going to be close, I think. Jelly should come out ahead, but Pepper's going to come out behind them.
Oh.
Wow.
Side by side, Pedro and Sophie goes round the outside.
Pepper's at a moment, Surge goes through, and Pepper doing, I think, the exact same as Surge about hits when he made it stop. Just a bit too early on the power, really.
Pedro's jumping AI for some reason.
That's very weird. Pedro and AI.
He's back out it now.
Yeah.
Oh, and Surge and
look at
Nelly
Nelly.
now side by side. And that's going to be Surge losing a position there to his brother.
Yeah.
Bossman pits, is he going for an undercut and Glock?
Oh, must be mediums there, and it is mediums. He's gonna absolutely rip these tyres to shreds on one lap.
Is-
He's gonna absolutely kill these tyres. It's the
So,
only way he's gonna get through.
Glock trying some, Bossman, sorry, trying something a little different.
Not pushing. Not using his overtake, but he is pushing. Clearly see, I think he's been pushing all race. Postman 20.7 seconds behind. He's on the mediums.
And there's Pedro now,
Yeah,
lost
good
a
luck.
position to Nelly
Pepper's
as
out the
well.
race. Pepper, and he's in the pits as well, so that's not a crash. It's just
Unsure exactly what's happened there.
yeah, I don't know as well at the moment. Glock's surely going to be in the pits in the next few seconds, as he is. Respond to Postman, you don't want to go too deep into the pits, a very weird pit entry. Very safe into the pits to avoid penalty here, but lost out a lot to Postman. Postman pushing. Postman wanting to fight this win here.
So this is going to be close here, Jensen.
Oh! Is it me or
Oh,
Haas
he's-
wasn't ready for him?
Haas was
The
not
team weren't
ready for
for
him. Drama!
It's a Ricardo moment. It's a
No.
Red Bull moment.
The
all
team
over
wasn't
again,
ready.
and it looks like out
The,
of thing.
Haas has just utterly
Come out.
Ricardo'd Glock.
I knew they were bad at pit stops, Haas, but bloody hell, that was absolutely horrible.
Oh,
And
Glock is weaving in nose. The team has cost him big there.
Oh, that is absolutely unbelievable for him, and he's weaving about now. He's gone, I think, this race.
Keep your head in. Pace still in it. P2.
He's got 8.6 seconds. You can wait for a mistake from Postman here.
And
Wait for a safety car if it does come out. But that is big in this race. Postman's leading by 8.5 seconds, and it looks like if he's going to keep this going, he looks like he's on course to break that Glock's winning streak. Take what will be his first win in OTL, and be the third different winner of the season.
Wow. Interesting stuff.
And I think Glock's put great in the chat there. That's unfortunate for you, man. Honestly,
I've never seen that. I've never seen that on a registered pit stop.
I
Wow.
thought that was just a visual glitch for 1 second there, but no, it was an actual.
I don't think it's a glitch. I think the I think it's a built-in dynamic, but the team has just not been ready for him. It's almost like the computer knew Glock was on a win streak and just went, yep, nope, not today, sir.
Oh. That is really, really unfortunate there for him. But can he catch up to Boastman? Look at the gap, it's come down by almost a second. Glock's really stepping on it here.
Pepper retiring in the pits. There's a point in chat. Do you think Glock has maybe been... His team's not probably been ready? I don't think...
That might be.
Do you think that would stop?
Boastman got a penalty. Glock is closing in.
Oh, game on.
Very interesting here. Game on, 100%. Glock hasn't got a single warning after his penalty. And Boastman and he's got a penalty. I don't know if he
So looking at the intervals now, Glock just needs to be within +3. And the race is still there for him. Jelly driving a very solid P3.
Yeah, he's got a decent gap to Ryan Car. I think he's only got 1 penalty as well.
Nelly now on Sophie. I don't think he's quite close enough there.
Yes, Sophie having to manage his tyres. She pushes them. He falls onto a 2-stopper. Now he has to try and find a way through.
Yes, Pedro and Green Market, DRS open. He needs to use his overtake button, get in that toe, that's it. Down the inside he goes to get himself back off the back of the grid.
Matt G up in D7 at the moment. He hasn't picked it, but he's doing a great job on those hards. He's got the Ferrari surge behind him. Trying to get through with the chicane. There's one space there.
Yeah, I agree. It is the best place to retire. It just I've seen many people retire in the pits, and people come in for pit stops, and I think that's just a dynamic. Like, it's a thing that happens in real life, and I think it's genuinely something built into the game. It's a dynamic that's supposed to be there. It happened to Pedro. It happened to Pedro in his HR race Saturday night. He came into the pits spontaneous, without calling, to go to box, and. Yeah, he did not get the stop. So Maggi was fighting Pedro. This is the interesting one to watch.
Yeah, he should come out right with Pedro. I think it was 26 seconds. The gap between him and the race leader.
Officer Duffy now going on to his 23rd lap. Or 22nd lap on the hard, and he's still only gone 1 second slower than his personal best. So he's
Maggi
driving alright.
It's going to be close. I think Maggi's just got
And he does retain.
And he will be on much younger. Well, actually, only 1 lap younger tyres. What am I saying? So this battle is still be heated.
Joe, stop getting penalties, please, from Lily. Joe, who is Joe? Let's see. Who will Joe be? Interesting. I'm unsure.
Could it be Postman? Postman, maybe?
Green Meerkat is Joe.
Is it? Oh.
There we go. We got a name to a gamer tag.
I'm in a moment now.
Forgot his PSN. That's all good. We got a name to the gamer tag, that's alright.
If we had to refer to them by their real names, it would be so confusing.
It would be tricky, I will not lie. So Glock is now 2.2 seconds away from being net race leader, with Bossman maintaining 6 seconds in penalties and Glock only having 3. Jelly still maintaining a 2-second gap to Ryan Cup, P3, Ryan Cup, P4 nearly, 2 seconds behind the P5.
Bossman is 9 penalties. He's got another one this lap as well, so Glock is within the window of that now.
Oh no!
Very much anymore. Bossman's really cracked on the Alpine. He didn't have to push. He only had 1 penalty, but he pushed anyway, and really cost himself. Yeah, if he gets back on the pace, probably save his race, but I don't think he will at this rate. 12 laps to go. We'll see.
There's Lee Nell and Officer Duffy.
Goes side by side.
And he's going to drive round the outside in the last corner. He goes a little wide. Duffy's going to get a bit of run on the inside line, but Lee Nell with the DRS will pull away in the end.
It's a great little overtake that by Lee Nell. Very good use of the opportunity there. Did Lee Nell? Wait, did he overtake?
So is Duffy still to pit? I think he has.
Yes.
He's the only driver in the grid not to stop.
And looks like he's going to be, if he does pit, he'll drop behind Greenmaker ahead of Dr. Special just in 14. So,
Greenmaker doing personal best off his lap. Oh, and he does not want to run that curb. That was, oh, yep, that was unfortunate. It is a curb that bites hard. So time penalties could still change the race in the end. We know it's a thing. Oh, and Ryan Cut has just lagged out.
Yeah. Ryan Cut, he's got 4 penalties to his name. I'll tell you what though, this a safety car could really change this race.
Oh, that's a good point.
He has no penalties. Oh, everyone's safety only 1.
OTL's been good for our safety car in the last 8 laps as well, so
SPW.
never say never.
Quite a lot of people with 1 penalty there, from P5 to P8, I think all having 1 penalty each. Actually, P6 to P8. I mean,
Ryan Cut is back, so he's managed to get back in before Nelly has got through.
I think Nelly's going to get through. And Nelly is all over the place.
That was strange.
I think it's just connection. Surely. Is Ryan Cut going to get back in the car in time? It's going to be very close. Surely. It's going to be very, very interesting. Nelly. And he's through. Ryan Cut, when he gets control of his car.
And he's back in.
It now. Really. That was too late for Ryan there. That was really unfortunate. And Ryan Cut.
Oh, it's just a VSC.
What happened there?
Did they just go straight on?
He just went straight on. His car veered left a slight bit and his car just went straight on. No break, no problem. Yeah, I think something might have
And Officer Duffy gets a free pit stop here. He picks up a time penalty for speeding the pit lane, but the VSC couldn't have came at a better time for Officer Duffy. He's going to bolt on a set of soft tyres. And yes, oh, and he gets out in front of Pedro.
I think Bossman gonna have a go in the pits. No, he's not. So the VSC, I think, restarting now. Bossman going full pace. It's still VSC. I don't know when this is gonna end. And
I'm getting no timing on the board, which is quite annoying. no timing, so I can't see gaps, Jensen.
I think after they cross the sector, they should appear, hopefully. After they cross sector...
Oh, I've got some appearing.
Yeah. So... this is
Let's see if we
very
can find a
interesting.
gap in the pack.
Has Postman just gone and pulled back this gap? Yeah, I think they have to cross the checker flag to restore their gaps.
So Officer Duffy making good headway in the soft compound that he went to in what was a very gained pit stop because of the VSC. Catching Green Meerkat quickly.
I think it's still about 5 seconds between the two leaders here. Let's see. Glock will cross the line. It's 4.5 actually. Alright, that's a big misjudgment by me there. That looked very big, but it's actually very small. So,
I think maybe
yeah.
just track style is a little deceiving at times.
For sure, man. Glock within 4 seconds now. So Glock just has to keep it there. He should have this with him. And as well, he's also got the fastest lap. So if he keeps it there, it will be another pole win fastest lap. Race weekend, or race start.
The Grand Slam, as they call it.
Yeah.
So SPW half a second behind Surge 8. It is closing. Intense, so I don't know if it's intense. Bossman holds Glock is very much comfortable as he's got like 6 seconds in penalty differences, unfortunately. So Glock is net 2.4 ahead. Can SPW get himself inside the top 6? Questions. So Hungary has probably not been the most exciting race. It's been a good race. Not the most exciting, I think.
Yeah,
it's just the style of circuit.
We should get a lot more excitement out of the USA come next week.
For sure. And there goes SPW on Surgeon now through on the inside, so Surgeon relegated to P6.
SPW could possibly pick up the pieces from these guys in front. He could pick up a podium possibly if he makes these tyres work these last few laps. You see, he does. He's through Surge. It's P6.
Here goes Officer Duffy, I think. Pulls to the inside of Green Meerkat, easy as you like. Better compound tyre. Nice move down the inside, second batch of DRS.
Oh,
Green Meerkat has a big moment, so he's going to come under pressure from Pedro.
Yeah, he's on the grass, he's going to have to clear those tyres off. Pedro, he's going to be right on the back of Green Meerkat now, I think. Only a second behind.
So Bossman with 5 to go, gap 3.5 to Glock, but
Glock really
a massive penalty disadvantage, unfortunately. So I think Glock will want the win on circuit. If we know Glock, he will want to win on track.
Yeah, he's pushing for it. So he's got a net 3-second gap now. There's Glock. And he's not really letting go through these corners. You don't want to push too much anyway, as well. Another 2 warnings, and it could be another penalty that could still decide this race.
Adam gets a podium last week, and this week he's only 3 seconds in front of Pedro. Facepalm. It's a grim reading, isn't it, Mike? It is grim reading.
if Pedro does beat Adam, that means Pedro will get a podium.
Well, that's a good point. Can he beat him? Adam does have a 5-second time penalty that he picked up in the pit lane.
That could...
Pedro 3.3 behind Adam, I think.
Other than that, Adam hasn't picked up a single penalty.
And he's getting good at that.
Pedro's got one. So, Pedro has to be within 2 seconds of Adam to get that position off him. And at the moment, it's 3.5. SPW hasn't exactly got away from the Ferrari.
I think PSPW has a good amount of penalties as well.
Yeah, he's really going to lose out here, I think. He's not catching F1 Sophie at all, he's not pulling away from the surge.
F1 Sophie, another race inside the top 5. She has had many this season, that's why she's third in the championship.
And Postman in the pits, so he knows that Glock's going to be having that. I'd say it'd be a bit too risky for Glock to pit, too safe for him to pit, really, almost. Because he can really lose out. Yeah, Postman's going to try and stop that fast slap streak of Glock's.
A weird reactions for a weird driver, Michael. So Postman wants the fastest lap, I would think. He's like, oh, I'm going to take some points away for Glock.
Yeah, Postman. Glock probably won't be very happy with that if Glock does lose his fast lap. You never know, he could pit as well and still win this race. It could bring Jelly into it as well, but I don't think Jelly is
How much of a risk is Glock willing to take? With the penalty advantage, he may just. Does he spice it up and make it interesting? Ooh.
Oh, come on, Glock. Let's see. It's 16 seconds. And Glock, yeah, he
And
does.
Glock is coming in.
This is really big. This is really big.
Glock is in.
Ham's gonna be ready this time. Is he gonna be troubled by his pits? No, he's not.
Mike, you're the number one spectator. So, Glock, Bossman will take the lead, but there is the the penalty disadvantage that we know of.
I'll tell you what though, Bossman will have he's got a really good gap.
So, game on.
What's the gap now? 4.4.
4.4.
This 4.5, this is going to be very close. Bossman's pushing as much as he can. He's using up all his energy. But his fastest lap, 7 tenths up in sector 1.
And he was really wide there. Bossman through turn 5, so he needs to be cautious of that.
Glock cannot afford another penalty now.
The number one is something. Fair, Michael, fair. Yeah, my number's one Irish spud. That counts for something.
Okay, so Bossman, he is one warning away from another penalty. And
so he is going to take the fastest lap.
There's yellow flag, green lead catch out. That is.
So we won't get a safety car, I don't think.
Nah, lap 34. If that happened 2 laps earlier, that could have really shaped the race. Oh my god, that's a very weird looking crash there.
And just keep an eye on that gap between Pedro and Officer Duffy. Pedro is very close to getting himself within the penalty gap. I think he needs to be about 2 seconds.
He needs another second to get within it. Glock's closing the gap between him and Bossman.
Glock only 4 tenths up in his fastest lap, sector 1. Bossman was 7 tenths up, so that's something to look at.
Yeah, Glock really, he's piling down that. He wants to continue this. He thought he didn't have it in him once he had that mishap in the pits, but he carried on driving on.
1.1 second up through sector 2 is Glock, so he's absolutely flying.
Yeah, he's got Moreno, Dr. Special Energy ahead of him.
As Bossman comes on to the last lap.
And he's getting DRS as well. He's got, that's even more of a treat. And it's going to be a 14.5. Whole second quicker in Bossman's fastest lap there. The final lap, it's 2.2 seconds.
Oh, and Bossman's went a little deep. Glock's going to close up some more. It should be way under a second now. Yep, 1.9, 1.8.
Bossman's really struggling. He could still take it on track though. But I don't think he will. It'll be Glock's first.
And these two guys up front came out 6 seconds in front of Jelly. They're now 14 seconds ahead in 2 laps.
Oh,
insane speed.
Petro is within 2 seconds of Officer Doofy, which is big.
Oh yeah, so he could get that jump at the end as I'll go back to the Bossman Glock battle as Glock is trying to chase him down hard. He's well within range. Glock will take the win through penalties, but I think he's trying to push to get it done on track.
I don't think he will though.
Officer Doofy
qualified and failed to use required tyre compounds, but he's on the softs.
Wait,
He's
what?
on the soft tyre.
And Bossman takes the line, but Glock will take the win for OTL round 11.
So it's just got a late penalty there.
Hungary, that is really strange. Adam went hard to softs. Why is he being disqualified?
That is very, very.
And Jelly,
strange.
a very well
Jelly.
driven P. Oh, but he's out.
P3.
Nelly takes P3.
Penalties. SPW, is he going to get P5? He's going to push
I think he might lose P5. And Sophie, yep, Sophie gets into P5. Surge P7. Mataman, I think, will bring home P8.
Yeah, just about. 47. No, he might lose out to me now.
Linnell in P9.
And
oh, he just ran out of fuel as well. Pedro. Oh, yeah.
Solid drive from Mad G as well. Solid drive from Macho Man.
And Pedro will bring home P11. That was fun. It looked a good race from the outside. Not the most hustle and bustle race, but a lot of trains and a lot of continuous battles. So I think our only man will be able to get in for a chat tonight is... Yes, you were full Hamilton mode, Glock. We'll see if we can get him in. He's jumping into a multiplayer at USA, so I don't know if he's had to jump to another league race. Possibly. My GP9, yes, my G. See, if you just have a nice, calm and collected race, it comes to you. Yes, Glock, you were absolutely flying. I don't understand, Adam, so I will leave it with you for 1 second. Jensen, if you don't mind, I really need to use the restroom. I've invited the guys in for an interview. Yep.
Baseman has joined.
Yeah, I guess.
Chris has just stepped out to go to the toilet, I think. But, I guess we'll get started with the interviews anyway. Baseman, debut race in UTL as well, and to be fair, not a bad effort from you there. It was a bit unfortunate with the penalties in the end, but yeah. Good race from you. And do you have anything to talk about there?
Did you even hear any of that, Bossman?
No.
Well,
Jensen
yeah,
he's deep in the bellows.
Yeah.
He's just pretty much asking, he said good effort and...
Yeah.
Aye, how do you feel your race went?
Yeah, no, it was alright. I could have got pole. I usually did it in the work, but I took front row and then I just got a really bad start and it kind of cost me, to be honest. But I probably wouldn't have kept the block behind anyway. That was ridiculous on pace.
Did you wonder what happened when you got that big jump? When he went for his first stop?
Was it wing change or?
No, his pit crew wasn't ready. They never came out for about, he was static in the box for about 5 seconds before anybody approached his car to change tyres.
Did his teammate like box like a lap before or something? That's probably what it might have been.
So his teammate had just retired in the pit lane. It's possibly that.
That's probably what it was, yeah.
Yep, and yeah.
Yeah, the guy caught out. I think I came out like 7.5 and he pulled it back to 2, so yeah, this guy just had a great boost. But no, it was nice to lead for a while. So,
yes, and I definitely think you could have took it to Glock there. I think once you start to pick up the penalties and you feel that disadvantage, it's just the race isn't quite the same in your head, isn't it?
Yeah, once you get into a bit of a momentum of not picking up warnings or whatever, I mean, I could have kept it proper clean, but yeah, it was kind of like a free hit this race, so.
Yeah, just push and enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's not like the one in HOR where I was thinking of the championship, etc. This one should go full out.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was fun anyway though. Thanks for the opportunity.
No worries, man. So Nelly, are you here?
Yeah,
another podium? Do you feel there could have been more?
Yeah. When the grid started, I was in AI mode till about mid-second straight, but it was fun coming back. This is the funnest track to drive on. So.
Where when you got back control of the car, what position were you in?
I think I was in 10th.
Oh
then,
wow!
I know, and then I was fighting with SPW, and he played bumper cars for a couple of laps.
Yeah.
And, then I think I got past him or something. I need to watch it back. It was so crazy. And then I had a couple bumps with Sophie as well. And then
yeah, we've seen that.
Again. Yeah, I think I dropped to 11th or 12th. But then it was just. I don't like. I need to watch it back because there were like so many glitches. But like when I came out the pits, my hard tires were 37%. Like, don't know if it was cosmetic or not. But it was. I'm not too sure. But I think I'm not sure if I had enough pace to challenge the top 2. But I think I could have forced them into just doing a normal 1 stop. They did. I think I saw on the minimap they did have a bit of fun out front just with the pace. But I think I definitely had much more in the car today.
Yes, so really the start is, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot actually you had the connection issues right at the start of the race. P10, you qualified P3?
4?
4? So 6 possessions in 1 corner is horrible, essentially.
Especially around Hungary as well.
Yes, where track position is probably just as important as like a track like Monaco.
Definitely.
But otherwise,
but it was fun. It was enjoyable.
A podium recovery, I think, again, showing that you're definitely a contender here and you're very hard to get knocked off that podium step regardless of how your first lap goes.
I think today especially I've shown just don't give up, just keep a cool head, don't get penalties, and because Jelly got a pen and that's why I came 3rd, so just keep a cool head, don't get penalties, and just be clean, and if you have the pace then you will be rewarded. Well,
congratulations again, Mr. Nelly.
Thank you.
You're doing very well, you've got some good momentum going under your belt. Jensen, one last thing before we go. It's got to be driver of the day. And it's a tough one.
I've definitely got someone in mind.
Who were you thinking?
But I know, because I decided driver of the day last week, I think.
Oh, fair point.
Yes.
So, looking back, somebody that's struggled a little and I think lacked a bit of confidence getting into races, but managed to keep his head on a circuit that's not so easy to go racing at. I think my driver of the day today would be Mad G.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. Like, he had a very solid first and he got in with the guys as well in the mid pack, and after the pit stop he did quite well and just keep out the penalties. So yeah,
So, Glock, you get everything. You shh. You'll get your driver of the day when you wrap up the titles 15 races early. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I
That
mean,
is a
he's
joke.
already got 9 race wins, hasn't he? So, that's enough.
So, on that note, the channel is live on Friday with HOR, and OTL will be back the same time next Monday. Take care, guys.